The Knicks take Game 5 in dominating fashion. I'm here with SNY NBA insider Ian Begley. And Ian, 39 points from Jalen Brunson, but that wasn't the only reason why they won this game. We saw a heightened level of defensive intensity from this Knicks team. What did you see from them that led them to this win?
Yeah, Chelsea, let's start with Brunson, because if you take away that first quarter of Game 1 when he was red hot, he's shooting a combined 37% from the floor entering Game 5. And so for him to really find his rhythm, especially late in this game, really he got wherever he wanted to go. It seemed like he had the Hawks defenders on a string. So the idea that he's getting his rhythm together and the Knicks have a chance to close this thing out on Thursday, obviously all good things. But then other side of the ball, Knicks, I think they held Atlanta to around 30% shooting from beyond the arc if you combine Games 4, Games 5. So that's really where it starts for them. OG Anunoby has been fantastic on the end of the floor. So the idea that Brunson's getting his rhythm back and the Knicks are defending at a high level, things are coming together in a good way for New York at this point.
And holding CJ McCollum to just 6 points in Game 5, very telling. But the Knicks have an opportunity to close this one out in Game 6 in Atlanta. But when we look at around the Eastern Conference in the playoffs, we see some highly competitive matchups. So what could that mean for the Knicks?
Yeah, it's interesting because you look at the two teams ahead of New York, and Boston is in a series with Philadelphia now. They can close it out Game 6 Thursday, same as the Knicks, but it's going a little longer than I'm sure the Celtics would have wanted. And then you look at Detroit, the 1 seed, they're struggling with Orlando. Orlando has a chance to take that series. So things seem to be breaking the Knicks' way ahead of them in this bracket. Let's see what happens Thursday when they have the chance to close it out in Atlanta.
Lots of room for opportunity. We'll see if the Knicks can win in advance in Game 6.
Fellas, obviously Brunson going for 39 is the headliner, but that's what we now expect from Brunson, especially in big games. But OG Anunoby, Karl Anthony Towns, both with double-doubles. JJ, what's been the key for getting the most out of that duo in the last 2 wins?
You know, I think it's pretty simple, Eamon. Getting them the basketball. And if you look at the start of this game, Karl Anthony Towns established himself down low, and it led to so many easy looks for the New York Knicks across the board here. And the Knicks are at their best in this series when they're attacking the paint and they're attacking the interior, because Atlanta just doesn't have answers. I mean, they're playing Tony Bradley, who they basically just signed off the street a couple of weeks ago, because they're just trying to find the presence, and it makes Jalen Brunson's life that much easier when you have Karl Anthony Towns contributing in a big way, which he did in the first half. He had a monster first half. Then you saw OG Anunoby getting those corner threes like crazy, and it allows Jalen Brunson, CeeLo, to go and put on a show.
What a concept. Sharing the basketball, spacing things out, and not being so reliant on Jalen Brunson with the ball in his hands and dribbling it out, isolation and all that. You touched on Cat getting it in near the basket, whether he's going to score it or distribute it, which we know he's capable of as well. The triple-double last game and setting guys up when they're trying to crash to him, because, as JJ pointed out, they don't really have anyone that can guard him. So you're sending a trap, you're sending a double, you find the open man. So I think that's really what it is, spreading it out, especially in the first half. Better starts for the Knicks as a team. Team basketball in Games 3 and 4 has allowed those guys to get going.
I'll steal from you. What a concept. Exploiting your advantages. Imagine that. All right, CJ McCollum with only 6 points. Chris, how much credit does Mike Brown deserve for the defensive adjustments they've made in this series?
Absolutely, because, you know, look, tight victories in Games 2 and 3, and McCollum all of a sudden becoming that thorn in the side for the Knicks. There always seems to be that one guy that steps up and plays sort of the villain role when the Knicks are struggling in these series. So for them to defend the way they have, really as a team, these last 2 games, everybody involved has been certainly a difference maker.
Ton of credit to the head coach. I've loved what I've seen from the lineups each of the last 2 days. And you know who's played a big part of that? Jose, the New York City boy in the middle of everything, bringing that edge. And to your point, CJ McCollum, a non-factor.